This is my ranking of the best indie games I've played, based purely on my personal experience. Each title is placed from masterpiece down to trash, depending on how creative, polished, and memorable the overall experience felt. Let's dive right into the list. Crow Country brings back the feel of classic late 90s survival horror, and most of the time, I'm exploring a creepy abandoned theme park while trying to survive attacks from strange monsters. I follow Maya as she searches for the missing park owner, and the mystery slowly unfolds as I move through different sections of the park. A big part of the experience is checking rooms, solving puzzles, and managing limited ammo so every encounter actually matters. Movement feels smoother than the old tank control style, but I still can't shoot while moving, which keeps fights tense and forces me to think ahead. I also like the enemy variety since new creatures keep appearing as I progress deeper into the park. The puzzles are well designed, and the hint system helps keep progress flowing without ruining the challenge. This entry finds its place in the Great tier. Pizza Tower is an indie platformer that immediately stands out because of its wild energy and extremely fast gameplay. I play as Peppino Spaghetti, a stressed pizza shop owner climbing a strange tower to stop a giant pizza from destroying his restaurant. The entire game moves at a crazy pace, with levels built around building momentum, smashing through enemies, and chaining moves together without slowing down. I enjoy how the gameplay rewards speed and creativity, especially when running up walls, diving through enemies, and keeping a smooth flow through each stage. Every level also introduces new ideas, strange power-ups, and hidden secrets that keep the experience fresh. The frantic escape at the end of each stage adds even more pressure. This one rises into the masterpiece tier. Tempest Rising brings back the feel of classic real-time strategy games inspired by the old Command and Conquer formula. From the start, I'm building a base, gathering resources, and producing infantry, tanks, and aircraft while trying to keep control of the battlefield. The structure feels very familiar, but the modern visuals and cleaner interface make managing everything much easier. I like how many units come with unique abilities, which encourages more careful control instead of simply sending the whole army forward. The two main factions also feel different enough that I keep experimenting with new strategies and unit combinations throughout the campaign. Missions include base assaults, defensive holdouts, and tactical objectives that help keep the pacing varied. The story itself stays fairly straightforward, but the strategy gameplay remains satisfying throughout the campaign. This one secures a place in the excellent tier. Look Outside begins with a simple setup where I'm stuck inside an apartment building while strange creatures roam the world outside. Stepping out to explore immediately creates tension through mystery and uncertainty. I move through different floors searching for supplies, meeting survivors, and trying to understand what actually happened beyond the walls. The gameplay works as a turn-based RPG, and the enemy designs are bizarre and unsettling, which helps build a creepy atmosphere. I also notice a strange sense of humor mixed with the horror, giving certain moments a surreal tone that stands out. The story keeps many details hidden, letting the unknown do most of the work when it comes to fear and curiosity. However, as the game goes on, the challenge fades since combat becomes easier than expected, and that reduces the tension quite a bit. Ultimately, it settles into the mediocre tier. Another Crab's Treasure mixes a colorful underwater world with mechanics inspired by challenging Souls-like games. I play as Krill, a small hermit crab who begins a journey to recover his stolen shell, exploring strange ocean environments filled with enemies and hazards. One mechanic I enjoy is how everyday trash becomes usable shells, from soda cans to teacups, each providing different abilities and durability during combat. The game follows familiar ideas like exploring connected areas, leveling up abilities, and studying enemy patterns to survive fights. At the same time, the playful setting and unusual mechanics give it a unique identity compared to other games in the genre. Combat occasionally feels inconsistent, especially during crowded encounters or certain boss battles. Still, the creativity of its world and mechanics places it within the excellent tier. Katana Zero is a fast-paced action platformer built around precise combat and stylish presentation. I play as a mysterious samurai-like character moving through short levels where every enemy, including my own character, can be defeated in a single hit. That design makes every encounter tense, because even a tiny mistake sends me back to try the sequence again. The gameplay encourages careful planning, mixing quick reactions, precise movement, and the ability to slow down time to deal with dangerous situations. As the game progresses, new traps, enemy types, and mechanics appear. The pixel art visuals and energetic soundtrack give the experience a strong identity, while the story gradually shifts into darker and more suspenseful territory. With its sharp combat and unforgettable style, it earns recognition in the Masterpiece tier. Hypnospace Outlaw recreates the strange and chaotic feeling of the early internet in a surprisingly detailed way. I take on the role of an online enforcer working for a company that lets people browse the web while they sleep. My job is to explore different parts of hypnospace and report rule violations like copyright abuse, harassment, or illegal downloads. Much of the fun comes from browsing countless weird web pages, reading posts, and slowly piecing together stories hidden across different sections of this dream internet. The interface looks like an old operating system, complete with silly websites, strange downloads, and even fake viruses that mess with the screen. The investigation gameplay mostly works through point-and-click exploration, and sometimes I even needed to take notes to track clues. Its creativity and nostalgic atmosphere secure a spot in the great tier. Fables is an RPG that takes inspiration from classic turn-based adventures while building its own identity through charming characters and clever mechanics. I follow the journey of three heroes, Kabu, Leif, and V, who travel across the land of Bulgaria searching for the legendary everlasting sapling. What stands out most is how the game sticks with the same trio the entire time, allowing their personalities and friendships to grow naturally as the story unfolds. Each character has a unique role in battle, so I'm constantly adjusting strategies depending on the enemies I face. Combat includes timed button inputs and teamwork abilities, which keeps every encounter interactive instead of just selecting commands. Outside of battle, I explore towns, dungeons, and side quests filled with puzzles and quirky characters. Its charm and engaging combat earn placement in the great tier. Cultic is a retro-style shooter built around fast gunfights, exploration, and classic FPS design. I move through large maps filled with cult enemies while using a wide range of weapons to survive each encounter. Every weapon feels powerful and distinct, especially the Magnum and shotgun, which deliver strong feedback during combat. The level design encourages exploration since many areas are structured like mazes with hidden paths and secrets waiting to be discovered. The gritty pixel visuals create a unique atmosphere, and certain sections even lean into horror with darker environments and tense moments between battles. I also enjoy the interactive elements in the world, where objects can be picked up and thrown at enemies to mix up the action. Some later stages feel a bit longer than needed, but the core gameplay remains satisfying. Its strong gunplay places it in the excellent tier. Blueprints is a puzzle game set inside a mysterious mansion where the layout changes every time I explore it. I play as Simon, a teenager who inherits the estate and must find a hidden 46th room to claim his inheritance. Each time I open a door, I choose from several possible rooms, slowly building the mansion's floor plan while trying to avoid dead ends. That system turns exploration into a strategic puzzle where every decision matters. Inside the rooms, I solve logic puzzles, open safes, and search for clues hidden in documents and objects. The game also encourages note-taking, since many solutions connect discoveries made across multiple runs. Sometimes the randomness interrupts a good plan, but there is always another mystery waiting somewhere in the mansion. Its clever structure secures a position in the great tier. Sifu is a martial arts action game built entirely around precise, skill-based combat. I play as a young fighter searching for revenge against the people responsible for destroying his family, fighting through waves of enemies before reaching powerful bosses. Every encounter depends on timing, positioning, dodging, and counterattacking rather than simply attacking non-stop. One of the most interesting mechanics is the aging system, where every time I fall in battle, my character grows older, raising the stakes and making survival much more important. As the journey continues, I unlock new abilities and combos that expand the combat system and open up different approaches to fights. The boss battles demand patience and careful observation as I study patterns to find the right moment to strike. Mastering these mechanics brings a strong sense of accomplishment. Its focused design earns recognition in the Masterpiece tier. Tactical Breach Wizards is a turn-based strategy game that mixes tactical combat with a creative magical setting. I control a small team of spell-casting operatives who break into enemy locations and handle threats one room at a time. Each mission begins with a breach where I choose entry points and plan the first moves, which can shape the entire encounter. Every character has unique abilities. So much of the fun comes from combining their powers to push enemies around the map, bounce them off objects, or send them flying through windows. The environments also matter a lot, since interacting with doors, laptops, and turrets can change the flow of a mission. Even though the difficulty stays manageable, the missions remain engaging because of the creative tactics available. Its inventive systems and lively writing earn a place in the excellent tier. Animal Well is a puzzle-focused Metroidvania where exploration and curiosity guide nearly everything I do. I begin as a small, blob-like creature waking up inside a dark cavern with almost no explanation about what is happening or where to go next. Instead of traditional combat, the game encourages experimentation, giving me unusual tools that interact with the environment in clever ways. As I explore the map, I discover hidden passages, strange creatures, and puzzles that rely more on observation and creative thinking than fast reflexes. The world is packed with secrets, and many of them only make sense after carefully studying the surroundings and remembering small details. The pixel art and lighting give the caves a mysterious atmosphere that makes exploration rewarding. Even after the credits roll, more discoveries continue to appear. Its layered design secures a spot in the masterpiece tier. Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew is a stealth strategy game where I guide a team of undead pirates through missions on heavily guarded islands. Each level feels like a puzzle, since I need to study enemy patrols, plan movements, and use each character's supernatural abilities to sneak past or eliminate guards. Every crewmate brings a different power, such as teleporting across gaps, distracting enemies, or hiding bodies in unusual ways, which changes how I approach each mission. The game encourages experimentation because quick saving and retrying allow me to test different strategies until everything works smoothly. The maps are filled with vertical spaces, alternate paths, and hiding spots that reward careful planning. The supernatural pirate theme and humorous dialogue also add personality between missions. Its smart level design and creative abilities place it in the excellent tier. Penny's Big Breakaway is a colorful 3D platformer where I play as a street performer trying to show off her yo-yo skills at a royal talent show. The story mainly sets up the action, but the real focus is on fast platforming built around Penny's living yo-yo. Instead of a basic run-and-jump system, I use abilities like grappling across gaps, air dashing through hazards, and launching upward to reach new paths. These moves can be chained together to travel quickly and keep a smooth rhythm through each stage. The levels follow a more linear structure, giving them a pace closer to classic obstacle-driven platformers rather than open exploration. There are also collectibles, side challenges, and score combos that reward stylish movement. Some long checkpoint gaps and technical bugs can interrupt the flow, yet the creative mechanics earn placement in the good tier. Total Chaos is a survival horror game set in a ruined coastal mining town where I explore dark environments while trying to stay alive. The story slowly unfolds as I move through abandoned buildings, prisons, apartments, and cemeteries, while strange messages hint at what happened to the town. Much of the gameplay revolves around crafting improvised weapons from items like pipes, nails, and tools scattered around the world. At first, the crafting system feels interesting, but the combat and enemy encounters start to become repetitive over time. The save system can also be frustrating since progress is only stored at specific points, forcing me to repeat long sections after a sudden death. Some puzzles and backtracking sections don't add much variety either, which slows the pacing. Its frustrating mechanics ultimately place it in the trash tier. Tunic is an adventure game where I explore a mysterious world as a small fox, uncovering secrets through curiosity and discovery. The game gives very little explanation at the start, so most of the journey comes from exploring the map, finding items, and solving puzzles on my own. One detail I really enjoy is the in-game manual that slowly fills with pages as I progress, offering hints about mechanics and hidden secrets. The environments are beautifully designed, with colorful areas and detailed locations that make wandering through the world feel rewarding. Combat exists, but the real focus is on puzzles, hidden paths, and understanding the many layers of mystery across the map. As the adventure continues, the challenges grow deeper and encourage careful observation and experimentation. Its clever design earns recognition in the masterpiece tier. UFO 50 is one of the most unusual game collections I've played because it presents 50 different retro-style games as if they all came from a fictional studio from the 1980s. When I open it, I'm greeted by a screen filled with cartridges, and I can jump into any title in whatever order I want. What impressed me most is that these aren't tiny mini-games, but full experiences with their own mechanics and challenges. Some feel like classic arcade platformers, while others explore ideas similar to roguelikes, strategy games, or adventure titles. I also enjoy how the collection builds a fake history for the studio, with trivia and small design changes showing how their games evolved over time. The creativity and variety across the lineup leave a strong impression, securing its place in the excellent tier. Lisa, the Painful RPG is one of the most emotionally intense indie games I've played, combining a dark story with harsh gameplay choices. I follow Brad, a broken man living in a world where all women have mysteriously disappeared, and the few survivors struggle through violence, addiction, and despair. The journey centers on searching for a girl named Buddy, but the path forward constantly forces difficult decisions that can permanently affect my party or abilities. Sometimes I must sacrifice items, lose a companion, or accept lasting consequences just to keep moving ahead. Combat uses a turn-based system with many recruitable characters, and battles demand careful planning to survive. The pixel art style and especially the soundtrack also give the experience a strong identity. Its unforgettable storytelling secures a place in the masterpiece tier. Case of the Golden Idol is a detective puzzle game where every level asks me to study a frozen moment in time and figure out exactly what happened. Each scene is packed with characters, clues, and documents, and I spend time clicking through everything to gather words and details about the situation. Once I collect enough information, I start filling in blank statements that describe the events, identifying who the characters are and what they were doing. I like how the game helps guide the investigation with color-coded words and small hints when answers are close, keeping each mystery satisfying to solve. As the cases progress, the puzzles grow more complex and slowly connect into a larger story full of strange incidents and conspiracies. Its clever mystery design secures a spot in the excellent tier. That wraps up my list of indie games and how they stack up based on my experience with them. From absolute standouts to the ones that didn't leave much of an impact, that's how they land on my tier list. Thanks for watching.